When you have achieved the success that you desire right now, and you are looking back and you're reflecting and you're saying, what got me here? You will very quickly recognize that so much of that success, the driving factor behind that success was showing up consistently, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. So much of that success came from just sitting down and doing the work. Now, I've been actually doing something with my BTMS Insiders members where I'm encouraging them to show up consistently and do the work. And one member recently said, or he just said this week, he said, it's probably not a coincidence that last month was my best month in business overall as well. So I want to share a little bit about that and what's going on and how you can apply that to achieve more success in today's episode. These are the proven direct response marketing, copywriting, and entrepreneurship success strategies you can use today to write your own ticket and create the life you want. I am Roy Furr, and this is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Now, here's today's breakthrough. All right, so today's episode is sponsored by me, as always. Specifically, I want you to check out my Small Work, Big Productivity course. It was actually me breaking down the driving principle behind today's episode, behind today's topic. If you are not doing the small work that's required that will add up to the big results that you want, you're not going to achieve the success that you want. And so that course breaks down this whole approach to productivity and the productivity strategy, and specifically why, regardless of all the things that you could learn or I could teach you, or you could go find in classic books on marketing and advertising and copywriting, or that you can, get from the newest, most cutting edge experience of people out in the field doing it, if you're not showing up and doing the work to actually apply what you learn, you're not going to achieve the success that you want. And so much comes down to that, those actions that you're going to take today that will help you achieve that success. And so check out Small Work Productivity. The link is in the description. All right, back to today's episode and today's topic. Do you show up consistently? So I've been doing these productivity challenges for the last couple months inside my BTMS Insiders members private Facebook group. So it's part of the BTMS Insiders training library where you're getting access to over 150 hours of training, plus some other member benefits, including the Facebook group. And so basically these productivity challenges that I've been doing once a month, I set aside a week and I say, okay, here's what you need to do. You need to schedule an hour per day, every day this week. And you need to dedicate that hour per day specifically to the important work that is going to move you closer towards your goals. Now, for a lot of us, we know exactly what that work is. We've been putting it off for way too long. We've been prioritizing other more urgent work over it, but there's important work that we have on our either mental to-do list or a to-do list that's out in the world in digital space or on paper. We know what we need to do, or at least we have a good idea of some things that we can do to move us forward. But we're not doing those things for whatever freaking reason. And usually the reasons that we're not doing it are more emotional than practical. They're more like we're afraid of success, we're afraid of failure, we're afraid of rejection, we're afraid of, actually having to live up to making promises to clients. We're afraid of all sorts of things. And it's easier to just stick with the status quo, even if the status quo is painful, than to take these extra steps and do this extra work that is going to challenge us, but that is also going to take us one big step closer towards our goal. And so I'm asking people to schedule an hour per day on their calendar and specifically say, I'm going to do this important work at this time. And I'm not asking people to report exactly what work they're doing or whatever. I'm not telling people what they need to do during this time. I'm just saying, you know what your important work is, schedule an hour. And then, this is the tricky part, this is the hard part. Show up and do it. Show up and do what you plan to do. Treat it like an appointment with yourself and do the work and then report in. And, I do this, like, I have a coach for this. Like, this is something where I have dedicated I teach this and I have struggles with it. Like, it's not easy. It's not always easy to do this. And that's why you have to do it, and why you have to commit to doing it, and why it can help to have accountability, like having me do a productivity challenge. So you pop in the Facebook group every day and you say, yeah, I did it, right? I did what I planned to do. And it's a reinforcing behavior that when you do it and you see like you got some kind of outcome, maybe you got the result that you wanted, maybe you didn't get the result that you wanted, but that's an opportunity to learn as well, right? But you have to do the work. You have to show up consistently and do the work. You have to treat it like an appointment with anybody else, but this is an appointment with yourself. And you show up and you do the work. And the winner by the way, the winner of this gets just a 20-minute consultation call, a free consultation call with me to talk about anything to, whether it's just take a peek at some copy they've been writing or marketing, or ask some questions or help them out with career, whatever it is, right? The winner gets 20 minutes. And everybody actually who participates and really commits themselves to this is a winner, because when you actually do this, this is how you are taking steps towards your big goals. So last month's winner was Anthony Metivier of the magnetic memory method. And by the way, he did a great interview on Breakthrough Marketing Secrets recently. I'll make sure to include a link in the description to that. We talked about memory and marketing, and he's a lifetime member of BTMS Insiders, so he really has committed to his own success. And one of the small ways that he's committed to his own success is by really engaging with my training. So I did this as a 5-day challenge, and Anthony made me laugh a bit because he was suddenly posting on day 6, and he was like ready to just keep going after the 5-day challenge. And even like there was a day where he said, before and after going to the beach, I did the things that I planned to do. And so like, I really just appreciated how dedicated he was. And when I compared everybody last month, there was a lot of participation, but he was the guy that every single day he showed up and he said, I did the work. I put in the work. I did what I planned to do. And even like, he did 6 days. So he was clearly committed to this. And then this part blew me away. So I launched the next productivity challenge, and he said, I haven't actually stopped since the last challenge. I haven't actually stopped since the last challenge. Now, that's pretty cool. He basically implemented this as an everyday, I'm going to show up consistently and do the work. Now you might ask, like, okay, so he's doing it, great, he's doing the work, what's happening? Well, he said, if anyone doubts the power of challenges like Roy is offering, this is the before and after the last one he held. So I'm going to share this little screenshot that he shared from inside his Amazon ads account. And he specifically, he mentioned that one of the things that happened during last month's challenge was that he launched his 1,746th Amazon advertising test, 1,746th Amazon advertising test. Now, just from a pure advertising perspective, especially for an information business, like he teaches people marketing, or not, he teaches people memory methods and like how to improve their thinking and their mind and their brain through memory as well. And Amazon is a great acquisition channel for businesses like his, because the people who are there are showing up to buy information about whatever, right? And so he's really devoted a lot of time and energy towards running a lot of Amazon ads. And there's not specific dollar figures or anything in here, and that's not relevant. But what he said is, and if you're listening to the podcast, basically what you see is a flat line followed by a huge spike. So a huge spike in customer acquisition through Amazon. And again, he said, if anyone doubts the power of challenges like Roy is offering, this is the before and after the last one. He held up and down results from inconsistency in my ad account, skyrocketed straight up. And he actually posted this less than a third of the way through February. And so there is a big drop off at the end because it's showing February's results. But February's results are already better than December, less than a third of the way through the month. And he actually thinks that he's going to he's going to have it be an even bigger month than ever before. So this is the power of showing up consistently. This is the power of doing the small work. This is the power of saying, okay, I have an idea about what can move me forward, about what can get me the result that I want, and I'm going to show up and I'm going to do the little bit of work that I can and need to do today to move me one step closer to implementing that idea. And I still remember hearing this from Dan Kennedy, that he says, you know, if you follow a successful person around for a day, you're not going to look at what they do. Like there's a lot of perceptions about like, oh, people build businesses so they don't have to work, and you know, they go and they, you know, spend time at their vacation house and their yacht and whatever. And yeah, some of that can be true. Like they may be taking some time off and they may be doing that. You may also not know how much their brain is working on their business during that time. But day to day, you know, follow a successful person around for a day, a week, a month. You're not going to ask at the end of that time, how are they so successful? You're not. You're going to say, look at everything they're doing. It's no wonder they're so successful. Look at all the things that they're trying. Look at all the like important work that they're focused on. Look at the actions that they're taking on a day-to-day, really hour-to-hour, minute-to-minute basis. And you're going to say, wow, that person really does a lot. They're showing up consistently. And the people who train themselves, because this is a trainable skill, the people who train themselves to show up consistently, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, those are the people who are achieving incredible things. And then, yeah, maybe the fruit of that labor in the long run is they actually build something that does not require them to show up and be there day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And that's great. Like if they set that as their intention to build that business that eventually they can step away from and it's still making them money, it's still the leverage result of that showing up consistently day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. Notably here, I do want to emphasize this is not about, you know, showing up and checking your email for an hour. It's not about, you know, doing paperwork. Like, yes, there are a lot of things that have to get done. Cleaning out your email inbox, great thing to get done. Filling out your tax forms, necessary thing to get done. You know, doing whatever paperwork tasks or organizational tasks or administrative tasks around your business that need to get done. Yeah, those need to get done. But this scheduled time that you prioritize, that you make sure that you get done during the day, the small work that you're doing to achieve your biggest goals, this is the important work. This is that work that is going to get you leads, customers, sales, profits. This is the work that is going to make money move to you. This is the work that's going to bring new clients and new paychecks in the door. This is the work that is going to drive key performance indicators within your business. This is the work that is dedicated to moving the needle, right? And so things, you know, inside my business, the way that I think about this as a copywriter entrepreneur, as a marketer entrepreneur, is this is things that get more traffic to my website and to my messages. This is things that create conversions, and this is things that create value for my clients. So if it's not creating value, if it's not creating conversions, and if it's not driving traffic, that really is not this work. That's not the important work. And most businesses really do thrive on those three things. And there are essential things like, somebody has to take out the trash, and that will need to get done at some point during the day or in the evening or weekend. But that is not the important work that you're blocking out important time on your calendar for. And this is the important work. And so you need to prioritize that work. You need to carve out the time on your calendar. You need to treat it like an appointment with yourself, and you need to get it done. And I know it's hard. And I know that there are days where you're going to try this and you're not going to get the work done during the time. Don't beat yourself up. Say, okay, what do I learn from that? If I reflect on that, like what is that, what was going on that I struggled to start that work? Because most of the time it's just about starting the work. It's about sitting down and saying, this is the work that I'm going to start at this time, and I have this end time that I need to get it done by, right? And so remember, even when you sit down to do that, you may struggle. That's okay. Come back to your next appointment. And your next appointment, and your next appointment. Keep coming back and keep doing it, because that's what's going to get you the results. Now, not all work is going to get you those expected or desired results. That's also okay. It's always an experiment. It's always, does this get me the result or does it not? Like, I think that this is the most likely thing, so I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to prioritize that work. I'm going to get it done. And if you don't get it done, you're never going to figure out whether or not it would get you the result. But if you get it done and it gets you the result, awesome. If it doesn't, you're probably going to have a moment of reflection where you're like, yeah, I understand why that didn't work, so I'm going to try this next thing, right? And so you just keep showing up. You keep doing the work, and you learn and you adapt. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'm a fan of the Mike Mandel podcast. He's a hypnotist trainer, and they end their podcast with an empowering question. And so I'm going to finish this with an empowering question for you. How will you make sure that you show up consistently in your life and work and do the important work planned and implemented to help you achieve your goals? How will you make sure you show up consistently in your life and work and do the important work that was planned and implemented to help you achieve your goals? With that, I'm Roy Furr. This is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Remember to check out the links in the description to Small Work, Big Productivity that goes deeper into that productivity strategy. That's part of the BTMS Insiders training library. There's a link to that as well. You pay one low fee, you get access to everything, instant streaming access like Netflix, but for copywriting, marketing training. And I will also include a link to Anthony's interview as part of BTMS Insiders. It's excellent. It's not exclusively focused on marketing, but there's all sorts of things that will help you become a better marketer by listening to that. One last time, I'm Roy Furr. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff that tells the magical algorithms of the internet to share this with more people like you. And hey, every single episode, I'm aiming to help you increase your marketing genius one episode at a time. I think that I've helped a bit here, because the way that your marketing genius manifests is through the actions that you take. So go out there and make things happen. Thank you once again for tuning in to this daily episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Remember, check out the links with this episode for even more value. Now make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and engage in every way you can to keep this show going and growing and delivering daily value to you. I'll catch you soon for your next big breakthrough.